Welcome to WB Mason Postgame Extra exclusively on SNY.TV. Monday, the Mets got a double dose of bad news. They lost a game to the Phillies, but much more importantly, they lost their ace, Matt Harvey, at least for the rest of the year, perhaps a whole lot longer, with a partially torn ligament in his elbow.
Just so happened that this past start, it was a little bit more, uncomfortable than normal, and decided it was, in the best interest to get it checked out, and unfortunately, I was hoping for, whether it was tendonitis or just some stiffness and swelling in the muscle area, and it obviously turned out to be something else. So, that was definitely a shock.
It's not good news, obviously, and yet over the next 2 or 3 weeks, the situation and what the overall prognosis and ultimate treatment will be determined.
It's horrible. No pitcher ever wants to go through that, and no other pitcher ever wants to hear about that, especially to a good guy like Matt. And he's having a tremendous year ever since this year started, and ever since he came up. Started the All-Star game. He's doing very well, and it's terrible news.
And the Mets then went out and lost to the Phillies 2-1. Good effort by Zach Wheeler, but on this night, not enough.
Well, I honestly thought it was a great effort. He gave up a couple of runs. It was a triple by Ashe that got him in trouble. 2 runs scored on that one hit, the triple by Ashe.
I mean, you got to like the fact that he's throwing strikes. Today he threw some real good change-ups, which again, I think next year has got to be a pitch that those hitters know that he's got, that he'll use. That's going to make his fastball that much better. But he's throwing his breaking ball. He's throwing it behind in counts. Today was a very good outing for him. I was very impressed with the way he threw.
When they scored all those runs, I was just leaving balls out over the plate. Lost a little command that inning.
And it changed the entire game. And the Mets, who were winning at 1-0 at the time, just could not mount any offense, Keith.
Well, it's a game where the Mets didn't hit again. They're struggling offensively, only got 5 hits. They only left 3 men on base. It was all Cliff Lee. Cliff Lee walked 1 batter and was in complete command.
He went 8 innings, got his 11th win. Jonathan Papelbon the save. But what about the long-term impact of Harvey's injury? 5 straight losses now for the Mets, 33 games to go in this season. They're already without David Wright and Bobby Parnell. What goes on from here?
It's an easy game to hang your head because, you lose your best pitcher. You hear some bad news that, could take him out of action for an entire year. So it's one of those games, and you said it on the broadcast, there's a tipping point here for this Mets ball club. They have fought all season long, and it'd be a waste and a shame if they did not continue that into September.
Well, you got 5 more weeks of the season, and it can be a very long 5 weeks. So they've just got to pick themselves up off the floor here and go out there and keep battling.
John Neese will try and do just that on Tuesday night in Game 2 of this series. He'll be opposed by Kyle Kendrick. Our coverage begins with Cadillac first pitch Tuesday night on SNY at 6 o'clock. That'll do it for WB Mason Postgame Extra. Be sure to join us after every game for exclusive coverage on SNY.TV.